Hey guys, I hope you're having a great day. So I just wanted to address a couple things and give you guys a better understanding of why our kits cost what they cost. I see comments and a lot of it's just noise, right? Guys that have never run businesses, never built a product, just running and saying, it's too much money. And hopefully this helps clarify what we charge. So this whole thing started back, I think the video originally I did was February 16th, 2023, when I was, trying to change the illumination from green to white. And there's a lot of videos out there on scraping off the green ink on the back of the cluster. And when I went to do the HVAC controls, they made those differently. And so what ended up happening is it wrecked the panel. And I'm like, I don't want to have dash lights that are white. And again, that was super tedious and I wish there was a kit, but there wasn't. And then the green HVAC, I'm like, I don't want to have green HVAC or green inserts, and it's incohesive with the style I was trying to achieve. So we went ahead and I contacted a ton of different printers to make those HVAC pieces. And we started just selling them on our site, and we started selling a lot of them. And so it got me thinking, well, what would it take to make the actual faceplate? And what's hard about the faceplate is that getting the perfect alignment and making sure that everything is perfectly aligned is very challenging, along with the backlighting, okay? So one of the big challenges is, and I'll show you in a minute, the backlighting is hard to get right, where you don't see the housing behind, you don't get bleed through of the light. And I literally went, and you can see on the table here, and this isn't even all of them, keep in mind, this is probably a quarter of what we actually had for calling, like I bet you 100 different companies. I've gotten hundreds of tests, and it always came down to one of three things. The alignment and fitment were off, the print quality was off, and or the actual placement or the backlighting was no good. And so, the point is when you guys look at this and say, well, it's too much money, we could sell a product that is, we want to build it for $80 and work like hell to get it down to $80 and have a subpar product that maybe it even looks good, but the alignment isn't there, or the backlighting isn't right, or 100 of different issues that you run into. And so after exploring all these companies, getting tests, it just got to a point where we got to do this in-house, because it's hard to find companies that actually want to work with you on developing a product. And we, just through feedback in the early days of dropping in different designs into different Facebook groups online, you guys voted on designs and we modified them and got feedback. So we were pretty certain that there was a market for the product. But, at the end of the day, it takes balls to invest 100 grand in equipment and shop and time and resources to develop a product. And so people look at something and they say, easy math. It costs us $10 to make something. We're going to sell it for 13, and we're going to make 30%, a really healthy margin, gross margin on that product. What they don't realize is the cost to develop new products, which we've had a ton of customers asking us about, what other products are you guys designing? And in a different video, I'll give you an update on what we're working on. So time and effort and costs associated with developing the products. There's costs and development to actually marketing and selling the products, and advertising costs, and all your other overhead, shop space, insurance, equipment. There's so much that goes into actually making a product. And when you have standards as high as our standards, we don't take the traditional approach, which you'll find in a lot of companies, where it's like, our customers are willing to pay X. We'll just build it to make it fit within that price point, and the product will be what the product is. We take a different approach. We say, what product would we be really proud to build? Let's build it, and then the price is whatever the price is, okay? And so that's our philosophy. And we don't put out products that are subpar. We take hundreds of tests to ensure alignment, backlight, and quality. And you could just look at the reviews. I mean, we've really, again, when was that? We started exploring this February 16th of 2023. Time of this recording, it's July 29th, 2025, okay? So it's like a couple years to get to this point. And in June, we finally launched doing everything in-house. And the feedback has been crazy. You have guys, I've had guys and talked to guys who we message them, they buy a kit, and then I ask them, would you buy it again? And they're like, 10 out of 10, hands down, I'd buy it again. And so the point is that we listen to the customers, we want to be involved with customers, and in order to make a good product and to continue to make products for these trucks, the price point has to justify the development and all the costs associated to doing things right. And so while it takes us 5 times longer to make a cluster than maybe the guys that we were trying to get to make them, the quality speaks for itself. So I want to show you guys exactly, and I just picked out a handful of tests to show you. So here's a cluster, and here's an example. And I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but there are lines, in the right light especially, there are lines that run through these clusters, okay? And they don't look too bad. I mean, there's a lot of glare on them. You can see that in some spots, they're almost burnt. And then you don't have the hidden illumination and all these extras that we were able to figure out. But when I put this on the cluster, and then I put on something I know to be true, this is based off the stock one, we make sure we lay these out. We take the time to make sure every tick is exactly perfect. And if I overlay this perfect cutout onto one of these ones, you can see here, if I line up a couple of the holes, how off these needle alignments are, okay? How off some of the fitment is, how off the tachometer is, okay? And what's funny is that everyone seems to be different. None of them were even close to being exactly perfect, and we don't put out products that aren't perfect. So that's like one example, right? And so if I light this guy up, look at this. You can see here the housing underneath, and the light bleeds through, and it looks like shit. But here's another example. So that's just one example. Let's look at another one here. Let's look at this guy. There's burn marks around where it was cut out. And this one, the illumination is better, but the accuracy of it, and that's an XL, so a gas non-tack. You put this guy over, and look how out this is. The speedometer is actually pretty good, but the rest of it is way out. So that's another example. And then, hey, we call up the fourth company and see what they can make. This is version 3 with one company, okay? Look how bad that is. Look how brutal. Look at the print itself. If I turn this off, look how you can see where this is white. This is actually the ink, the print pulling away from the material. Okay, so this is, if you want an $80 product, here it is, okay? Let's look at a couple extras just to really show you the pains and what we're talking about. So, and even comparing color, right? There's a difference, a big difference, color, and how glary it is. Like, these ones are nice and matte. You're not gonna get a lot of glare if there's sun coming in behind you when you're driving. Where these ones, you're gonna get a lot of glare. So that's up, the materials, finding the right materials are hard. Look at this print. You can see how it's doubled up and it looks blurry, okay? Look at these ticks, and like it's such a bad job. And I don't even want to tell you how much it costs just to make this through a third party. My point being is that there's a lot of work that goes into doing something right, and you can get away with making a product that doesn't fit, doesn't illuminate, but you get what you pay for, and I think you guys know that. Here, and I'll just show you, just for sake of argument. of one of our clusters, okay? And this is a prototype, so this one isn't perfect, but compared to the other ones, hidden illumination, the hidden gear indicators, the alignment is perfect. You turn it on, clean illumination, like it's just night and day different. And again, this isn't even a final version. The final version is a lot more precise, actually. It's just one of the prototypes, but just to show you the difference. Now, the other thing we got to take into account, I've seen comments where guys post like, hey, you can, one of the competitors, and not to badmouth the competitor, anybody that goes into business, obviously good on them. But I hate when they do the comparison of like, you can buy this for $80. Well, how accurate is it? How does it illuminate? Does it come with HVAC controls? No. Does it come with the inserts? No. Does it have the bulbs? Does it have the lens cover? No. And so when you start to break it down, it's like, if you want a premium, we aren't the cheapest. If you guys are looking and chasing a dollar, you're not our customer. If you guys care about quality and the precision and the customer support, if you look at our reviews, there's so many reviews that they were so impressed with the support because we care about the customer, which in today's day and age, we're flooded with mediocrity. And so going the extra mile, just people don't do that anymore. And our company does a good job at doing that and really taking care of the customer. There was one review we got recently. It was a 4-star review. There wasn't even a gripe about the product, which was funny. It was the guy bought bulbs, or the guy bought the kit, but didn't see that he could buy the bulbs too. And the review was he was upset that he didn't realize that there were bulbs to buy. It's crazy. And so I expedited a set of bulbs. He sent me, he didn't believe, I don't think he believed that I was actually gonna send them. He got them, he sent me pictures of the install, and then he left a 5-star review. He was so thrilled and over the moon. Because we take care of our customers, we want you to be happy. We understand it's a premium product, and so our service needs to reflect that. And so again, I just wanted to take a few minutes and just explain why the price is what the price is. I don't want to go off too much longer, but I think you guys get the point, is you get what you pay for. And, you know, we do our very best to make the best product. So we appreciate your guys' support. Everyone that's bought a cluster, thank you so much. And we will have a video coming out giving you some updates about what we're working on and what's coming down the pipe. Let me know if you guys want more videos about the business, the behind the scenes, because we're happy to do more of that if that's what you're interested in. But just let us know what kind of stuff, what videos you have. If you have questions, throw a comment below, and I'll see you in the next video.